Welcome back, sisters. We are live here with the Hero Whispers on Supergirls with your chief Supergirl, Jeannie Marie. That would be me. And today on our show, we have a live import from the Philippines, Kristina Noel Fernandez, who is here studying in the U.S. So excited to have her on the show. But before we get to that juicy girl, I wanted to tell our new listeners, because now that we're on iHeartRadio, which is so exciting, we have a whole new slew of listeners, and you need to know what Supergirls is all about and what we do at the Hero Whispers, which is our podcast where we talk to real live Supergirls. Who are Supergirls? Well, we have a platform to inspire and empower college women to launch into the real world, and also young alums from college, and help them navigate the real world, the crazy waters of the real world. What does that mean? Okay, well, they may need help with networking or career counseling or job search or helping them with their finances. All these life skills that you just don't necessarily gain in the college campus. Colleges are great, don't get me wrong. I absolutely love college, but sometimes we need a little extra help from our sisters, and that's what we do at Supergirls. On the podcast, we interview them. We get to hear their stories and hear what they're up to and really stay in contact and stay connected, which is really important. So thanks for being with us. Let's meet Kristina. Kristina Noel Fernandez. Thank you for being with us. Welcome to the show.
Hi, thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited.
I know, me too. I actually met Kristina at FIT, where I was guest lecturing for a really good friend of mine. Shout out to Mary Epner, Professor Mary Epner, for having me in the classroom. Yep. And we bonded, and I've been helping Kristina a little bit with her career journey. So I'm so excited that she decided to be on the podcast. I'm going to read a little bit about her bio, as I always do. My name is Kristina Fernandez. I am an international student from the Philippines, studying to get my bachelor's in fashion business management in the Fashion Institute of Technology, the one and only Fashion Institute of Technology in New York City. I am specializing in buying and planning and minoring in international trade and marketing and ethics and sustainability. Ever since I was a young girl, I knew that I belonged in New York. Everything about the city appealed to me, from the fast-paced lifestyle to the melting pot of different cultures, not to mention the endless amount of shops. In the upcoming school year, I will be working on the fashion forecasting and industry relations team for FIT's Style Shop, which is a student-run boutique at FIT. After I graduate, I would love to work for a specialty retailer or department store, ideally working with high-end products or shoes. A girl after my own heart, Kristina. So exciting. I'm thrilled to have you, that you came over here from the Philippines and you have all these big goals and dreams. It's like amazing. So let's talk about that. Let's talk about how you got inspired to come to the States and go to college. Yeah. That's a big deal.
Yeah. So like I said, I've been coming to New York every summer since I was 9. And since the first time I came here, I think I fell in love with the city. Like, I actually fell in love with New York. And every time I came back, I fell more in love. And I think that's what really inspired me to move here. I saw, even though I'm like a creature of habit, what appealed to me was that I have so many options to do things in New York. And I didn't really have that opportunity back home. So I think just loving New York is what made me confident to move here. Not to mention that since I want to go into the fashion industry, New York really just has so many opportunities to pursue that. So it really is the place for me.
That is true. I mean, you can argue that New York is a fashion capital. Paris is another one. Mm-hmm. You can argue that. Used to be LA was big, but not anymore. Not as much anymore. But yeah, I mean, you can do anything in New York if you, like they say, like the song says, if you make it there, you can make it anywhere. So it's still a huge accomplishment that you just moved here. Did you know anyone here?
I have a family friend who does work in New York, and she's a friend of my mom's, but she lives in Jersey, so I don't really get to see her too often. But I've got no family here. Everyone's just back home, so just me in the big city.
You go, girl.
Yeah.
And
thank you.
What year are you now? How many more years do you have to graduation?
So I'm going into my final year at FIT.
Okay, amazing.
Yeah.
Yep, you're actually
really
on the
scary. Yeah.
It becomes, and I talked to my son about this too because he's also a senior, and it's like it becomes all of a sudden like real that you're not going to be in college forever.
Yeah, I don't want to leave college. I don't.
I do not blame you at all. What town did you come from in the Philippines? What city?
I'm from Makati City, which is in Manila, which is the capital of the Philippines. So I did grow up in a city. So sort of moving to New York wasn't that big of a change, having lived in a city, but it's still completely different.
I bet.
Yeah.
I mean, I really give you a lot of kudos for doing it. So let's talk more about that. What are some of the challenges that you faced since coming to New York, and how have you overcome them?
Yeah, so definitely being away from my family and friends was really hard. In terms of family, like I said, everyone's back home. In terms of friends, everyone's studying in different places around the world. So not being able to see them as often as I did back home was a challenge and something that I did have to adjust to. But I mean, I did end up making a really, really solid friend group here. And with technology, my family and friends aren't so far away. So that's really great. I mean, I did have to get my mom an iPhone when I moved here so we could message and call each other. But that's okay. That wasn't too hard. And I think really learning how to take care of myself was a super big challenge because I didn't have anyone here but myself to do that for me. So that was another big challenge.
It's a big difference because when you're in college in the States, you go home for the holidays, or, you know, even if you need something, your parents might be able to come and whatever, but it's not really that way given that you're so far away. Have you been able to get home for the holidays?
So I actually have not been home in over a year,
wow.
Which is insane to me. This is the longest time I've been away from home, because last summer I had an internship. And over the Christmas break, my family actually came here to celebrate it with me, which I'm so thankful for. And this summer, I'm here until July. And then I am actually taking a trip home for 2 weeks with my boyfriend. So I'm so, so, so excited to get to go home and see my friends and my pets, most importantly.
Yes,
my pets.
Most importantly. I don't know how you live without them. Family you can live without, but the pets, no.
Yeah, I can't. I feel like the worst pet mom in the entire world, but getting to see them in the summer later in the summer will be so amazing. I can't wait.
Well, the thing about pets is, and you know this, they don't know. They don't realize how long you've been. So it'll be like you never left. Yeah, it'll be amazing.
That's true. Yeah.
Okay, so tell us about why you have so much passion for fashion. How did that come about?
Well, ever since a young age, my mom has been my fashion icon. She always wore things that I never really understood, which I think is what made me interested in fashion, because obviously playing with Barbies or like playing like on computer games that are like based on like dressing up like girls and stuff like that, it wasn't really conventional to see what my mom was wearing. And I think that's what really inspired me. And obviously, seeing what people were wearing on TV, on the red carpet, I just love everything about it, the creativity. It's really an art form. And I find myself that being more creative typically. So I really do like that fashion is a creative art form. And yeah, I just love it.
Yeah, you need to love it like that, you know, when you go into fashion, because it's it could be rough, especially now with everything changing with retail. So keep that love close to your heart. It really is. I mean, that's how I felt. I grew up in the fashion industry, as you know, and you know, I just couldn't. I kept on going back. Even after I got my MBA, I wasn't supposed to go back, and I went back. I just couldn't help it. I just got addicted. Anyway, enough about me. What are some of your favorite classes in the fashion at FIT that you've taken?
So hands down, my favorite class this past semester was merchandising for omni retailing, which was the class that Mary Epner taught.
Yay!
It was, yeah. It was by far one of the most informative classes on how retail works in our digital age today, because so many of my textbooks and past classes are very dated and just really cover the basics on the business of fashion. And it's sort of just like your everyday business class. But this merchandising for omni retailing was so current, up to date, and it was so amazing to learn that class. And another one that I was interested in was fashion forecasting, which is actually what I'm going to be doing at the Style Shop, which you mentioned earlier, which is the student-run boutique at FIT. And I'll basically be working with a team of two other girls to present mood and trend boards every month to the buying team, and basically just keeping everyone on the team up to date with current fashion trends and what's going on in the fashion industry. So I feel like this is going to be a really, really good experience to marry both what I'm learning at school with real life experience, but that's in school. So I'm really excited to start that.
It's so much fun to be in front of those trends.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so much fun. Do you work with WGSN?
We do. I'm pretty sure FIT is affiliated with WGSN because our library offers us to go into that subscription-based website. So we are able to work on WGSN, yeah.
I worked for them back in the day. What a cool place. What a cool company. I just love that. I love that idea of the trends and seeing what's coming down the pipeline and how it translates. So congrats on that. How did you get selected for that amazing job?
So basically, I'm in the Merchandising Society, and the Style Shop is basically run by the students of the Merchandising Society. So having been in the Merchandising Society this past year, they put up some new job opportunities within the Style Shop since some people are graduating. And I'm pretty sure the roles change up every year. So I applied for 2 other roles, and I got chosen to be one of the team members of the fashion forecasting group. So I'm really happy about that because there were a lot of applicants. Yeah.
I bet. I mean, the Merchandising Society, it sounds like this secret society, like the Dead Poets Society.
It's probably one of the biggest clubs in FIT, I'm sure. Yeah.
That is so cool. Is it like a sorority?
Yeah.
A lot of sisters?
There are a lot of people in it, but I'm not too sure if it's a proper sorority. I'm pretty sure the only Greek life in FIT is Phi Theta Kappa, but that's really an honor society, so it's not necessarily attached to Merchandising Society. So, yeah.
Yeah, it's more serious and more career minded. Yeah, I was
definitely.
kidding around. But it's always what I like about these things is though you find your tribe, like we were saying earlier, and you find your sisters and your people that you feel supported by, and that's an important skill to get because when you graduate, all of a sudden you're not together anymore, and you got to find that because you can't be alone. Like no man is an island, or no woman is an island. So really important. And speaking of when you graduate, what is your big sexy vision for when you graduate?
So I 100% intend to stay here after I graduate. I would really, really love to grow my career in the industry in New York and have New York as